Hey yo, what's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Baldy. That's my boy Andrew. I'm Dip. He's Drew. This is the Dip and Drew podcast. Today is November 6th. And what's going on, Andrew?
What is going on? Well, we got a lot of things that we're working on individually, a lot of things going on in the world, so why don't we get into that today?
For sure. We're supposed to be dropping videos this week, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Man, you know what? There's just so much going on between, at least me, I know me personally, between being a full-time college student and being an employee and, you know, having all of these different social relationships. It's like, damn, I don't have no time to do anything.
That's true.
For real, I have no time.
No, for sure. It's like, it's tough, especially like how many classes you're taking and then work. You work basically full-time, right? You work like, 28 hours a week?
Yeah.
Something like that. So it's just tough. I stopped working at the restaurant for all y'all saying because I got to focus on school. That's important. Always got to prioritize what you got to do.
Very important.
But yeah, I'm thinking of dropping the tagged initiative, which I was talking about last podcast, in December, because that's something I don't want to half-ass. You know what I'm saying? That's something that means like something to me, something that I wanted to mean something to the community. So it's not something I want to just jump in willy-nilly with like a week's worth of prep. I want to spend time and like actually think about it.
Yeah.
But the video I'm thinking about dropping is about stealing like an artist. It's been something on my mind for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's basically, there's this book that I have conveniently with me called Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. And it's basically discussing how nothing in this world is original. Everything is taken from another piece, and that other piece is taken from somebody else. So say you want to create something for yourself. Say for acting, for example, I model my acting off of Will Smith, right?
Mm-hmm.
I should look back where Will Smith modeled his acting on, and so on and so forth, to see where the first person was. And if there wasn't a first person, you could tell like it's all been mimicked by somebody.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is like I want to be a Renaissance man, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn a little bit of everything. I want to do a little bit of everything. So the best way is to model and kind of culminate a whole bunch of talents and techniques that I can learn for myself to produce quality content.
Yeah.
So that's my whole thing. And yeah. So basically, you don't just take it from one person, that's plagiarism. Take it from multiple people, that's original.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a quote that's said in the book, and that's for sure true. So my question for you is like, who do you model your rapping and like the way you present yourself and perform? Who's your inspirations for that?
I mean, my inspiration for what I do is really just myself, to be honest. I mean, there's no really, like, there are people that I draw from, and at least maybe it's just not, maybe I'm just not conscious of it enough. But, you know, people who inspire me easily would be like Jay-Z, Kanye, regardless of what he's doing now at the moment. Kanye and the passion in my life, very influential. And, you know, just people like, I love Tribe Called Quest. You know, I'm from Queens in the building. I love a Tribe Called Quest, and I love how, we're talking in rap, I love how they didn't have to talk about gang stuff or drugs or, you know, typical rap cliches. They could be themselves on the microphone and express that without coming off as corny, which is a very important thing, because nowadays a lot of people who are rapping who don't talk about the typical rap cliches do portray themselves as corny, whereas I feel like a lot of these people back in the day did not. So that's definitely something that I take influence from. But in terms of me, myself, and how I put myself out there, I'd say, you know, this is all original, baby. You dig me? Ain't nothing. At the end of the day, nothing's new under the sun.
For sure.
But I'm still innovating my own persona.
And you're not throwing up these facades like you're in gangs, you're not shooting, you don't got guns and stuff like that. You're just being you.
I talk real, like, don't get me wrong, at the end of the day, my first cuss of the day, like, I talk real shit. Like, I'm not out here, don't get me wrong, I'm not out here, like, in a gang. I'm not out here, like, selling, you know, perico on the corner. You dig me, some pure white. But, you know, I have been through some shit. I've been through a lot of my life, and I am from this environment. You dig me? So, you know, you just gotta find the proper balance of everything. Even when you're stealing from other people, you don't want to be taking it, because if you take too much influence from one person, then you're just a copycat.
That's plagiarism.
Exactly. You gotta find you gotta find the whole variety, the whole array of things to pull from.
Find what makes you you.
Exactly.
So, my next question is basically, if I was a director and I'm making your movie, a movie on your life, how would it go? And say the ending's not there yet, because it's not. We're still living. We're still going on. What would your life be, or your story and your movie line be up until now?
up until now. So if it had to be,
And you know what? Create your own journey, but not an ending. You know what I'm saying? After the fact.
If it had to be of my own lifetime, well, I would definitely go into. I would definitely, if I had to storyboard my own life as a movie without like my death or like my future as it is now, then I would probably start off from my childhood. I feel like there's a lot to set up there. Because, I mean, all of us are, regardless of the amount of growth we've done in our lives, we come from a particular place in our lives, our past, our childhood in particular, and the time that we spent with our family.
Sure.
And I know that at least the time I've spent with my family, or at least the time that wasn't spent with me, has definitely defined who I am, and is the reason for why I am. You understand me?
I see what you're saying.
So definitely I would start off from there, and then because that gives you a solid foundation and sets up the whole plot, the characters, lets you understand. Then I would definitely go into probably around a way I would center it. I would center it around music. So I would then, like, my first beat in the story would probably be like when I first discovered my passion for like music, and particularly like hip hop and rap music.
Do you know when that was?
I don't have like anything in particular. I always grew up around it, hearing it. You know, it's New York City, early 2000s
for sure.
But I remember when two things, I guess, but the first one came first was when T.I. dropped
King of Trap.
Not King of Trap, but when T.I. dropped, what's that song with Justin Timberlake?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I'm tripping. I always remember this.
I know what you're talking about. I just keep going though.
But yeah, so basically it's T.I., Justin Timberlake, and damn, I hate that I don't remember that. It's just that when I heard that song, I had to play it over and over and over again, and it's distinctly in my head as one of those times where I really made my own decisions in terms of what I was consuming with music. Because when you're a kid, you understand me, like
Dead and Gone.
Dead and Gone. There you go. Dead and Gone. Dead and Gone. I love that song, man.
It's a valid song.
When it came, I remember I heard it on the radio and I was like, I need it. The moment I got home from school, I played that back and back and back on the TV, on the Fios DVR. And I'm just playing that. Something about it just captured me. So that's when I definitely became infatuated. Like, that was my love at first sight, I suppose. And then just as over time, you know, as time went on, rather, my love for music just developed and just became bigger and deeper. Mm-hmm. And it started defining who I am as a person. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I feel like that would kind of be the whole main story of my movie. I feel would be, you have a kid, like my pitch, you have a kid from Queens, minority, who basically didn't come from much, who was never granted much in his life, finding his own outlets within music, within, you know, coming from such a limited place in a limited position, just being able to get lost in the expanse of the grandiose of music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Who would you want on your soundtrack?
My soundtrack, other than Henry and myself, other than Mixed Over Rice, easily it'd be a bunch of, I feel like, especially it's so good because it specifically, there's a lot that would specifically define the timeline. Mm-hmm. Like early scenes, like the first act would be a bunch of early mid 2000s hip hop. So you have Kanye, like Late Registration, you have a lot of Jay-Z, you'd have a lot of Nas, because that's what I like heard a lot as a kid. And Soulja Boy especially too, because, you know, that could set up for me in the future eventually starting putting my music online, much like how Soulja Boy started that whole wave for rappers to come off on the internet. So then going into the early / mid 2010s, would definitely have a lot of like Drake, definitely easily, like Drake. Migos came out with Versace. I believe we were like, what, 6th grade? When we started middle school. That was crazy. That went crazy. That started the whole wave of really trap
That's
music
wild, though, yeah.
becoming mainstream and becoming pop music. You know what I mean? So I would definitely have a lot of that. And to now where, if I were to have it now, like after graduating high school and being in college, I would definitely have a lot of just what I listen to now and what comes out now. I'd have a lot of Saba. Saba's one of my favorite rappers.
He's dope.
Easily. A lot of Saba, some A Boogie.
Oh.
Things that define.
You can't miss out A Boogie.
Things that define
That's
not
a
only
dude.
myself but the environment that I came from
Okay.
and how, because you know what I mean. The music, I feel like, especially having the musical aspect of a movie, like regardless to my life, it'd be really dope because you can see how the evolution of myself as a person, and you see the evolution of my environment through music, and how music affected both of those. You get what I mean?
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
For you,
My movie, it'd be interesting. I would probably speed up my life until I'd say 8 years old.
Yeah.
And when I was 8 years old, I ended up in India. So I would slow it down there, spend a little more time elaborating on my experience there, and just like letting the people know where I came from. You know, I didn't come from a poor family, but I didn't come up from a very well-off family. But I was spoiled as much as my parents could have gave me. You know what I'm saying? So I would be lying if I said I didn't have everything that I wanted as a kid, especially. But when I went to India, that kind of like broke me and made me create a whole different personality, made me grow quicker because I was away from my family. I was in the complete opposite side of the world.
Yeah.
And I had to delve deeper in my psyche and myself. And I was getting bullied. I was getting names called at me. I was in physical and mental abuse. But I never understood what that was. You know, I thought it would just happen. I'm a kid. Old kids are getting like harassed and stuff. And then after the fact, when I come back to America, I would totally delve deeper on my life there. And like, I would totally bring in gaming. I feel like gaming that was a big part of, that's how we met. You know, Minecraft, shout out to Minecraft, game of the century. But that's something that made me meet the friends that I still have today. You know, even with all the trials and tribulations, we all came out as brothers. You know, we're still together for like what, 7 years now?
I believe so. Yeah.
Around there, right? So it's something crazy about how gaming changed the course of my life. And then after the fact, in high school, I gained that confidence, that ability to talk to strangers and make today a good day. My ideas of today is a good day, and me trying to become a creator. Like always, I want to become an engineer, but I can become a creative engineer. You know what I'm saying? So until now, it's just me meeting a whole bunch of people, and that'd probably be the first 20 minutes, because you know the journey, not even the first 20, maybe 30. But, you know, that's the beginning of the journey. We still don't know what life has in store for us. The main parts of the story, the main things that we want to flesh out are going to happen after this. You know, Dip and Drew, whatever is happening before our life in the past, that's the past. It was a part of us, but this main story is still yet to come.
With the amount of things going on in your typical college kid's life, in the typical life of a college kid, I feel like very often we forget that this is really, hopefully, just the start. You know what I mean? I feel like we get so caught up in what's happening in the present that we don't really look towards the future, or at least not in detail. Especially a lot of kids, at least going to QCC, you know, I feel like there's a lot of kids who they don't necessarily know what they even want from the future, yet they still move towards it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like, say like present day, like say 80 is the average time somebody lives. Now, I'm not saying like, oh, medicine's going to progress and we're going to be able to live till 100. Let's just say at 80, right? I'm 20, you're almost 20. That's the first quarter of our life. We still got 3 quarters to go, baby. And you know, we pushing at halftime. We pushing at the second quarter. You know, we not losing. So that's the whole psyche you got to keep. You know, it's the beginning. And like even Gary Vee, who's like, sure, sometimes he says stuff that a lot of people don't like. He constantly says, "I'm just starting, baby. I'm just starting." And that's like, even if we fall, even if we get to the highest pedestal, say like The Rock, man's just beginning. He's gonna continue to grow and grow and grow.
There's always room for evolution.
Always.
You know what I mean? There's always room to improve yourself.
Never settle.
So exactly, because that's the thing. If you're settling, it's not that you're stopping. You're moving backwards. You know what I mean? Because while you are waiting there, letting your food go cold, someone else is going ham in their meal. Someone else is already on their dessert. They are going hard. You know what I mean? So if you are not actively trying to help yourself, you are hurting yourself.
For sure. And like, another thing I want to bring up is like me. I'm 20 years old. That's not late to become an actor, but it's not the earliest you can become an actor.
There are people. I mean, you have actors who literally out the womb are acting.
You know, even like look at Ryan Gosling, all them. They were on Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and all that. You know, but what I wanted to say is thank you to all the teachers that push the students to be the best they can be early on. It's like there's a lot of teachers that I don't even remember their names that they really unaffected my life. Like those people who become a teacher and actually are the teachers who teach kids more than the subject they're teaching.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best type of teacher you can be, because
100%.
teachers are sure like your peers. They affect you and how you grow, but it's truly the teachers as well. They're a big factor on like how you turn out.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to say, because I still remember a handful of teachers, only a handful out of like how many teachers throughout the 20 years I've lived.
Yeah.
Who have affected me, and a couple in India, and like a whole bunch here.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, they're always nice to have, and even going on further, we're gonna have mentors. And those people who believe in you are the best. I believe in you, you believe in me, and that's the best. You can't ask for more.
It's really important. It's really important, especially talking about teachers. You know what I mean? A good teacher will teach you what you need to know in the classroom. Mm-hmm. A great teacher will teach you what you need to know outside of the classroom. Sure. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I can definitely say the amount of teachers who, beyond just being great in their field and teaching me, again, what I needed to know in the classroom, what I need to know on a PowerPoint, what I need to know for the test, they also greatly affected my life moving forward. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like they're so invaluable, and they're so underappreciated. I mean, you have numerous teacher strikes going on at the moment across this country.
Not even just the country, in the world.
In the world, no, definitely in the world. It's because these people who are teaching our youth the futures of our nations, the future of the world as a whole. You know, they're not getting enough pay. They're not being appreciated enough. A lot of teachers, I hate when, because even in college I hear it. I hate when I hear people just like, you know, being disrespectful to their professors, their teachers, and whatever this, whatever that. Like, I definitely understand. You know, there are definitely instances, especially in college, I feel, because they have a lot more liberty, of crappy educators. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, for the most part, a lot of people, they're really working hard to make sure that we end up in the best positions that we can in our lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like high school teachers and like elementary school teachers, you're with them 5 days out of 7 days a week. Even with college professors, you'll see like 1 to 2 times a week. They're there to teach you for mastery, and so sometimes it's not even that. But you still have those college professors, that, like the English professors, and like even my statistics professor. He understands that we're not gonna know everything as we leave here. It's like if he can't fit something in a class, he's like, that's a detriment to you, and we're gonna move forward and teach you later, and then even I'll make the test later on in that period. You know, so teach for mastery. Teach a kid how to be a kid. Use their mind other than just for thinking about the subject at hand. Let them think about the issues outside, and even let them be themselves. Like art classes, I hated art classes. I always was able to draw. That's something I was able to do, but I hated when I was forced to draw. I loved when I was able to. The teacher gave a vague like prompt, and we were allowed to go ham, and that was the best thing, bro. I could draw whatever I wanted. I could draw anime. I could draw whatever. But at the end of the day, they really are underappreciated. They get paid barely, like especially private school teachers. They don't get paid anything. Public school teachers get paid a little bit more, but they get treated like shit.
Yeah.
So what can you do, you know?
You know, there just needs to be more, which is why it's very important that we, goddamn, vote.
Where's the sticker?
I got 2 of them right here, y'all. I vote like a mother lover. What is he talking about? They trying to bleep me. They trying to censor me. It's not possible. You can't stop this. You can't stop this passion. You know, it's really important because, you know, we have these issues in our communities, like with teachers, and there's other things going on in our communities. What's really important is for the people living in those communities to go out there and contribute to these communities.
Yeah.
Go out and vote. Go out and be active. If you feel that there is an issue with the school system and the educational system in your community, you know, go right to your constituent. Go make some calls. It does not take that much to be a positive force where you live.
Oh, yeah. And if the excuse is that you don't know what's happening or you don't know what's going on in the world or even in your community, download The Skim, listen to NPR.
Not even that, yo, Google. Yo, use Google, yo.
Not even with Google, you can't. It's like that's understandable.
But
what are you gonna Google?
But what I'm saying is, there's no excuse to not have a start. There's no excuse at all. Because I'm saying, even like that, like if you don't know what to Google,
use the briefs.
Find out.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Get the Skim. Get in the New York Times briefs, because you'll have an outline of what's happening. And if something interests you, then you can surely go onto Google. Even NPR. NPR, I was listening today. They were telling me stuff that I didn't even know about that I found in Skim and the NY Briefs. You know what I'm saying? And like what? 40% of Americans are under the age of 36?
I believe so.
Something like that. That's a large number. So guys, we can affect change. We can do something about it. So look at the issues at hand. Look at what you want to change. And shoot. Look at what people represent. Sure, politics isn't for everyone. Not a lot of politicians are liars. A lot of politicians are cheaters. But you know what? At the end of the day, if you believe in somebody and they seem like they really want to affect change, but go with your gut. Go with your heart.
But it's even beyond that, because I hear that a lot. That people will say like, "Oh, politics isn't for me." What you don't like is the theater of politics. But at the end of the day, politics affects every aspect of our lives. If you don't like your job, if you don't like how much you're being paid, if you are broke, or your rent, you can't afford your rent.
Let's even go a little like outside. If you don't like the potholes, if you don't like how schools are treating you, if you don't like how the world around you is, all politics.
It's literally all politics.
So at the end of the day, you just go outside. Sure, not election day, but voting was yesterday. There's gonna be more at the end of the year. It's gonna be more next year.
A very important one next year.
Your presidential
very
election.
Important next one.
Look who's running. Even if you don't know what party you are, a lot of people just de facto go to Democrat. You know what I'm saying? So if you think you're a Democrat, go look into what the Democrats believe in, and maybe like I feel like I'm a Democrat, but I also lean towards some aspects to Republican. You know, I'm not all 100% Democrat, but look what somebody who's running may mean to you, or if they believe in the same things that you believe in, and if you think they can affect the same things that you want to affect, vote for them. You know, you don't got to disclose who you vote for. You know, it's frowned upon. But shoot, have the discussion with somebody, your neighbor. Yeah. We talk about politics. We talk about entertainment. We talk about everything. And that's how you learn. That's how you become better. So yeah, just go outside and vote. Learn.
It's free, too. It's free.
And it's till 9 o'clock. And if you're working from a 9 to 5, you could go vote after.
And even then, you can vote early. You can vote online. There's a lot of options and venues for you to get your voice out there. You know what I mean? And I said this on my Instagram story, Andrew from Queens, last night. I'll say it again. If you are a person of color and you are a minority and you are not voting, especially on the issues or the people representing you in your community and your counties, that's such a shame, man. Because it's what, 2020 almost not even 100 years ago.
A lot of people didn't have the right to vote.
We didn't even have the right to vote.
Was the suffrage movement, did it happen after 1920? Yeah, right?
I think around 1920. It's like
that.
The Chicago houses and all that. Women couldn't vote. You go back a couple years before that.
You needed to be grandfathered in, and a lot of people couldn't vote because they're not grandfathered in.
Yup. The people in power, even to this day, the people in power do not want to see people of color have the power. You get what I'm saying?
Because we're the majority.
And we had to fight for this. We had to fight for this right. Because that's how powerful it is. They wouldn't have held us from voting if it didn't have the power to change society and change what is barring us and binding us to, our shackles in society. So come on, if you are a minority, if you are a person of color, just vote, man. Just vote. I know how many people, especially I remember around 2016, they were talking about, I'm not gonna vote this election. I'm not gonna vote.
There's no person of color running.
Even it's like I don't mess with the political climate. Yo, look what happened.
We couldn't vote back then, but we were talking about it.
Yep, you know we were still talking about it.
No, I don't know, bro. I think that something like that interests me. I don't want to talk about too much, but it's like a small minority is running the majority. And sure, this is a democracy, but a lot of times, like, you hear like democracies are governments run off chaos, governments run by idiots. Don't be idiots.
Don't be the idiot.
Knowledge is powerful. Knowledge is everything. Read a book. Read a newspaper. Everything's online. You can get a PDF. You can get anything. So make sure you guys keep up to date. Even if you don't read it. Oh, you know what? Go watch Philip DeFranco. He makes it interesting.
Go watch. I mean, yeah, go watch Philip DeFranco. He is a good, relatively unbiased source.
And when he is biased, he says it.
Yeah.
You know, so he's straight in your face. Go ham.
Mm-hmm. And just feel free to, because what he is, he is an aggregate of a bunch of different news sources, basically. So feel free, after you go watch a Philip DeFranco episode, feel free to then go. He puts his sources in the description. Go feel free to check out his sources. Go feel free to check out CNN, and at the same time, feel free to check out Fox News. There's no such thing as a wholly unbiased source nor person.
We say this every podcast. Even we're super biased. Even with the celebrities that we like, even with the music he makes, with the art I want to create, everything's biased at the end of the day. So make sure you guys are knowledgeable.
Just do your due diligence.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? There's so much we can go discuss.
There's so much, this. But we don't have all the time of the world. So just make sure to stay updated on your news, and most importantly, stay updated on your dip and drool. Remember, this comes out every Friday. Same time. We have not missed a beat at all.
And if there was an error, the video will still be there, and we'll fix it. This last Friday, we did have a little mishap, but we fixed it right away. It was up by 7.
And even with most of the video being almost unlistenable, we still got mad views and we had positive comments. So come on. Yeah. What other podcasts is out here dropping mistakes and they're being treated like they're
2 months in, baby. 2 months in.
Yes,
this
sir.
is 2 months in. This is gonna be like our 10th podcast.
It's like that. What's that Rick and Morty shit? It's like Rick and Morty, 100 episodes and years and eras. That's what we dip and drool never ending.
My man. So yeah, just make sure you guys stay tuned. Subscribe to our individual respective channels. Sure, one video is not gonna be up by me this week, but it'll be up soon. I'm gonna make it well and beautiful for y'all to be entertained by. I don't want to make shitty content.
Nope, because we don't.
Nah, that's not what we're about. But you know what?
And if you think our content is shitty, tell us.
Oh, bro,
please.
Constructive criticism, feedback.
Be our teachers, yo.
Oh, yeah, come on. That's how we learn. Again, Steal Like an Artist. We're gonna be hopefully taking from other people, making our own. And yeah, we'll have all the sources listed. And I don't know. I may make a video talking about the series, or I may just go straight into the series and then let people learn it by themselves. We'll see. But you know what? Enough talking. We both got to get out. So my name's Dip.
My name's Drew.
This is the Dip and Drew podcast.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
You know it.